So in this video, I'm going to build a 6 GPU GTX 1660 Super mining rig, or try to. Unfortunately, during the process and when connecting all 6 1660 Supers, the motherboard would not boot into the BIOS. So I did have to change 3 of the 1660 Supers with GTX 1070s in order to get a display. But I'll go ahead and explain the process throughout this video. So thanks for tuning in. This is The Life of Miner. Okay, so I do have 6 GTX 1660 Supers from MSI, and this is the Ventus XSOC edition. Let's go ahead and box all the cards and check this out. Now for the remaining parts, this used to be another mining rig, but I sold the GPUs to replace it with the GTX 1660 Supers. So for the motherboard, this is the Gigabyte Z270p D3 motherboard. The CPU is an Intel Pentium processor. And for the RAM, this is a Crucial Ballistic 4GB DDR4 memory. And the storage, I'm using a 120GB M2 SSD. Now checking out the power supplies, I do have 2 EVGA 1000W G2 power supplies. Now the mining frame I'm using is the 6 GPU Veta mining frame. And since the GTX 1660 Supers are small cards, I had to flip this one piece around to the other side so the GPUs can sit on this rail. And these are 6 PCIe risers installed. Okay, so now this is all 6 GTX 1660 Supers installed, so let's check this out. And this is the back of the mining rig. Okay, so now let's turn on this mining rig and check this out. Okay, so I did have an issue when installing all 6 1660 Supers. The motherboard would not boot into the BIOS. But when I installed only 4 of the 1660 Supers, the motherboard would boot. Now I did test every GPU and risers, and I did also play around with all the settings in the BIOS. So then I tried switching 2 cards out with a GTX 1070, and then the motherboard would boot, but I had a code 12 error on one of the 1660 Supers. So I replaced another 1660 Super with a GTX 1070 Ti, and now everything works perfectly. So this is the updated mining rig with a quick fix. So now it has 3 1660 Supers, 2 GTX 1070s, and 1 1070 Ti. Now I believe the motherboard is the issue, so I'm going to take another GTX 1070 rig I have and take it apart and see if I can get all the 1660 Supers to work with another motherboard. So stay tuned. But let's check this out. So now let's go ahead and install Windows.
6.5 hours later.
So now jumping into Windows and checking out the device manager, you can see the 3 1660 Supers, 2 1070s, and 1 1070 Ti. Okay, so now let's do some quick Ethereum mining on this mining rig to test this out. But the great thing about GPU mining is that I can switch what I'm mining down the road to like Grincoin, Beancoin, or even Ravencoin. So for the overclock program, I'm going to use MSI Afterburner. And I put the same settings for all the cards for now, but later I'll fine tune each card. So for all the cards, I put the power limit at 80, the core at 0, and the memory at 800. Now the miner program I'm going to use is called the Claymore Miner to mine Ethereum. So now running the miner, I'm averaging around 184 mega hashes for the whole mining rig. I'm averaging around 30.1 mega hashes on the 1660 Supers, 30.1 mega hashes on the 1070s, and about 33.4 mega hashes on the 1070 Ti. So let's check this out. Alright, so thanks for checking out my attempt to build a 6 GPU GTX 1660 Super mining rig. And I'll see if switching up the motherboard will solve this issue, so stay tuned. And I'll go over everything in more details like the parts, the hash rates, the power, and the profits in my mining rig spotlight videos, so stay tuned for that as well. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs if you enjoyed it, sub if you decided to see what's next. But of course, thanks for watching, and always, happy mining.
To let it go.